Hello everybody, welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is Sarah here with you. Anyways, this is how to make clothes details, or at least clothes details in my version. Do the character in a simple standing position, because every position the details of the clothes changes. If the character is sitting, it changes. If the character is bending in a certain direction, it bends with the character. So if you're still starting, it will be easy if you can just draw this, a simple standing position with the details. This is the easiest way to start learning how to make clothes details. But I'm going to show you, at least my way, the simplest way you can draw details. So remember, there are some parts that you can always add details on. One of these parts is the upper part, like this. If the body, or if what you're giving your character something like nice, not so skinny body. So if you're drawing something that's sticking with the character itself, a good example, Spider-Man outfit, don't do all details, just take the line or draw it with the lines of the body. If you're doing something that is, a little bit not so stuck on the body, then add a little bit of detailings. That will definitely be very helpful. And the reason why I've used etch base is when I'm going over with a darker tone, it won't appear in detailings, or the etch won't appear in this. So this is like simple wrinkles in the clothes, and I don't normally do anything in between the space because I think I'm gonna mess up, so I just leave it like this. It sort of creates an illusion that the clothes is wrinkled. And then there's always this part, which is the elbow part. It's always wrinkled from this point. It's always. So it's a good idea to add this little wrinkle at this point. You can always just add something like this, which is a very simple wrinkle around the elbow area, like this. And here's the elbow point, so it's a bit wrinkled. There, it's a bit wrinkled, nothing more to it. Here is what I'm continuing. As I showed you, you're doing wrinkles here at the elbow. Continue on just slightly away from your body line or the construction line. You want to make the clothes that you're giving your characters serve like, they would appear like clothes, unless you're doing something that would stick to the body. That's a different situation. I'm not going to put any details in hands or stuff like that. We're just making clothes here. Go to this point. Now this will be practically easy because you're just doing details on this side. This other side is just disappearing behind, so details really doesn't appear. It's just the same stuff that you added in here. Go down. Nice. You see? I did the same trick with the elbow, like this. Going along and ending up with this, like this. And this is just the basic structure for sleeves, something as she's wearing a top on this certain body she's wearing. This is where creativity really strikes in clothes designing. Add different pieces to create different set of looks. Really is helpful, especially if you're doing clothes designing. It always is helpful to be very creative, to distinguish your characters, and that what makes some characters stand out, like Tetsuya Nomura's, is that he actually combines or puts stuff together to make characters really look cool. Belts and stuff. Another really good characters or character clothes is Shigukara, really stylish. All the characters are always pop every episode with a different outfit, which is really cool and sportive. Okay, so As you can see, I will just close this. The bony part is around this point. And we'll start to do the detailings under the breast area. I'm just taking the shape of the breast with me and doing a small wrinkle here. And here is the line of the breast. You just want to add some details here. You know? Sometimes it will be a little helpful just not to add a lot of details. Just a line or two. That will be just perfect. You don't need to do more than that. And you just continue on with the line of the body. It would be nice always to add wrinkles at points where the drawing takes a different line. In other words, you can see this point supposed to be at this point. It would always be nice to just add a little bit of wrinkle around this area. Really is helpful. And it's kind of a trick that, you know, you can use in any position, which is that point where it bends or breaks. Add a little bit of wrinkle in there like this, and you'll have a more 3D effect look. Okay, so how about if we give our friend here a nice looking skirt? I can always use my way, which is just lines like this and just put parts and bits like this. But this one I've seen it especially a lot in stuff like Shigukara, and I've seen it in the intro of Skip Beat. It's super popular. It itself has something like this little part here. I love this extra little part. So I'm gonna show you more details in this. It's not just gonna be my finished version. But here's the trick of doing this kind of skirt. You don't have to put like super details in this. Let's see, you're going to start it from here. Normally these skirts are really short, so I have already some of my lines here. So maybe I will start doing a skirt right under here, where I'm gonna give my character something like an S coming down and up, you know, a continuing S, but more just say that it doesn't have to be like this has to be like this, or this has to be like this. It's just random, very random. Doesn't have to be that perfect. And finally end up with detailing like this. I'll just erase that part which I don't need. Now let's play with a little bit of extra stuff that will make her outfit pop, because this kind of looks lame. And since already this part is sort of like going in straight form, you don't have to like add any extra details or stuff like that. Let's be creative a bit. How about if we made this a body, look like this. The top she's wearing and the up, maybe you can bring a little bit of extra part from, you know, this part, this blouse, which is under that. You should add little wrinkles to it. Not the so much, you know, wrinkles, just simple wrinkles and stuff. The problem with using an H or a B pencil, this is actually a 2B pencil, and when you're erasing it, there are lines that pop here in the back. So don't use that. Use something lighter, so when you're erasing whatever that you're gone wrong with your drawing, it won't appear. I'm just using this pencil just so the the pencil would appear on the camera. So I'm not sure this is the best outfit I've ever created, yet I'm not still done with detailings and stuff. I would like to give her a belt, you know, like this, with a little bit of whatever this is called. I can always add details to her the possible way. Let's work down on boots or shoes. How about if we give her nice tall socks, and give her a little bit of boots. Let's make my character a warrior, so I'm gonna give her a knife on the side. Soft looking Sarah here, but that's not the role that she's gonna play, not an assassin or anything like that. Playing around and just making boots that really go with the line of the legs down here, and just add a little wrinkle, because you know it's not something like a super tight boot. And finally you can add that extra that you like, but normally I like to stick with the normal boot size. There. Once you're satisfied with your shoes or boots or whatever, you can just simply go there and work your magic on that other boot. The wrinkles here, we should not forget that part. And we are going to give my friend the desired here, even though it's not so right, because I can't sort of like flip the paper and sort of like draw it. It's harder when you're drawing on camera than off camera. I have the chance to flip the paper, and so like that, so maybe I'll adjust it later on off camera and you'll see the final result. Let's see, we can always add anything you want in anime drawing. This is just an example. I totally sort of like improvised what I was doing here on camera with my strange looking character, or the character just from my manga, with this very creative kind of costume. In hoping or demonstration of how to draw cloth and detailings and how to come up with certain ideas for it. You can always draw simple stuff like pants or maybe skirts and add on them extra details or extra accessories such as belts and stuff. This kind of stuff sort of makes the character sort of pops in a lot of ways. And I'm not sure there's anything for me to say, so bye bye everybody.